many moons ago about a story of my life when I had an opportunity to travel to one of the Western world countries where the main objective of this international exchange visit was to spread peace to the world and promote peaceful coexistence with one another. Another objective of this exchange visit by a reputable international non-governmental organization was that people learn cultures. You know, the participants learned cultures that changed their way of thinking about others, that is changing the stereotypes and misconception about others. Yeah, so I was one of the participants many moons ago, and one of the components of culture is to experience food, music, costume, people's way of lives, and many other ways. Yeah, so on this bright dinner time, I guess, that was dinner, my acquaintances invited me for dinner at a very posh restaurant somewhere in Pennsylvania. I think Lancaster County to be precise. Yeah, so you are welcome to the dinner table. We ordered for a menu where we got to read and choose what pleased us, or what we were feeling to eat. Yeah, so they went through the menu. Also went through my menu. Yeah, so I looked at something that read so nice and so sumptuous. The name was decorated. I can't remember the name pretty much, but I remember from the reading of the menu, it looked like that was the most sumptuous meal I wanted to eat that evening. So I did order that. They were decorated with some English name. You know how these posh hotels decorate even the simplest of foods. They give it some really nice looking reading terms. So I thought, oh, this was going to be very nice. So I thought, okay, get me this, please. And the order was brought something that looked like beef. Yeah, so sumptuous, finger licking. I was ready to down my throat. And I enjoyed the meal. I really enjoyed the meal, and as part of the American culture, your host or somebody who invites you would ask you, "Oh, Alan, how are you enjoying your meal?" And I was like, "Oh, great! This is sumptuous. This is delicioso in Mexican language." And I think, "Oh, I'm glad that you are enjoying your meal." So we enjoyed our meal, and as is part of that culture, you take a dessert after meal. So I invited some ice cream and some good black tea down my throat, irrigated my throat very well. And we were off to go and have a restful night. And so we talked about how the food was good, and the hospitality at the place with the waiters. I remember my host giving my host appreciated the waiters and gave them some token. Yeah, it's part of that culture, and I think it's also enshrined in some bylaws or constitution that you have to give something after that. And so we went. So getting home, I was again asked by my host who invited us, "Alan, how was your meal?" "I enjoyed it pretty much. Would you like to have it some other time again?" I was like, yes. why not? And he asked me, "What did you know what you ate?" I was like, "Yes, I know what I ate. It was some nicely cooked beef. Was it?" And he told me, "Yeah, something in between. Yeah, that was cat meat." What? I was surprised that was a cat meat. I felt like getting my 2 fingers into my throat to puke it all out. I wasn't really pleased, but I enjoyed the meal. But on learning that that was a cat meat, oh man, I felt like throwing up. Yeah, so next time when you get to such a nice restaurant and names of different meals are decorated in some English jargon, yeah, it's important to ask what the meal really is. Yeah, because I also remember at one point I went to a restaurant, also in Pennsylvania in the US, and the goat meat was given some name. I remember asking my host after that experience, my now host family, after that experience, like, okay, I'm seeing this name. What is it really about? Is it something that I know? And they told me, yeah, it's goat meat. Then I decided to munch it. So I learned my lesson that even if I go to whatever restaurant, I will ask if I see the English decorated names with the different jargons. I really have to ask what it could really be. Lesson learned.